What's happening, guys? Welcome back. This is going to be a really quick breakdown on Dricus Du Plessis versus Sean Strickland 2. This one is going down. The first fight was extremely close. A lot of fans were divided on who actually won that fight. Of course, Dricus Du Plessis got the nod. Wasn't mad at it. I can see how he got the win. Truth be told, I actually had Strickland winning. Those are my thoughts after that fight, but I wouldn't call a decision like that a robbery. It was very close, and the nod went to Dricus. I think it was due to the takedowns, the control, when he did get a hold of Strickland, and also the forward pressure. But I have to rewatch the fight. Let's get into this rematch and how this new one could possibly be different. Alright, so is Sean Strickland going to change his style and his approach coming into this second fight with DDP? I personally don't think so. I think Sean Strickland is going to be Sean Strickland. He's going to plod forward, inch forward, pump that jab out, stand in his modified Philly shell, parry, try to counter, not go for takedowns, not do too much kicking. And that's just like Sean Strickland in a nutshell. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts with him. Volume, pressure, great cardio. He just breaks guys with those attributes and those tactics. Dricus Du Plessis, I feel like he fights more well-rounded. I think Sean Strickland is actually a well-rounded fighter. I don't think Dricus is that much more skilled as far as like different facets of the game. I just think that he fights in a more diverse and varied way as opposed to Strickland. Sean's kind of like in love with his boxing. He's set in his ways. That's how he fights. That's his comfort zone. Dricus Du Plessis fights to win. I mean, this guy will do anything. He's going to go for submissions. He's going to ground and pound you. He's going to go for the knockout. I think I heard him on record. He's not too cool with decision wins. He wants to finish guys definitively. His record kind of shows that mentality and attitude. Has a very high finish rate. Definitely a fan of Dricus Du Plessis' fights and his approach. He still looks super clunky. I'm not going to say that he looks unskilled. He just doesn't look refined. But the thing is, he's effective. And that's what matters the most. The guy's a beast. So what is Dricus going to do different in this fight? I think what Dricus should do is actually apply more pressure on Strickland, specifically maybe in the grappling realm. I think he has success getting a hold of Strickland. He was definitely stronger than him. He was able to get some control there, if I remember correctly. And I think he can have success if he incorporates more wrestling and grappling to soften Sean Strickland up. Got to be careful chasing Sean Strickland and pushing the pace too much because he's a great counter striker. And that's kind of like Strickland's bread and butter, man. He likes to be in the danger zone, in the pocket, make you overcommit. And it looks like he's throwing punches like at 70% force. They have solid, relaxed snap and speed to them. He's not exerting a lot of energy, but he's hitting you right on the button. So if Dricus is not careful, he can kind of play into Strickland's game, where DDP is the bull and Sean Strickland is the matador. But yeah, I think DDP fought pretty phenomenal against Strickland. Doesn't really have to change much, just use a varied style again. Maybe apply a little bit more pressure, but be cautious, incorporate more grappling, more wrestling, because he had a lot of success. And I gotta rewatch the fight, it's been a bit, but if I remember correctly, he was dominating the grappling exchanges when he got a hold of Sean. Sean has an uncanny ability to stand back up. If he can anticipate that DDP is gonna come in with a more grappling-based style, applying more pressure in that realm, maybe that's something Sean could work on. Way more takedown offense, improving on his ability to get back up. Part of that might be strength and conditioning. But the thing is, like, Sean has a specific formula for his success right now. Getting all brolic, bigger, stronger might actually hinder other aspects of his game like movement, footwork, speed, looseness. You know, his body type is his body type. Very comfortable in his frame. So I'm not sure if Sean's going to change much. He may actually try to apply more pressure, be more aggressive. Yeah, thinking of it now, I think that might be Strickland's best bet himself. Not wait so much, because remembering, I think Sean Strickland wasn't pulling the trigger enough in the first fight. But the thing is, if you get more aggressive, if you come forward, you're more susceptible to takedowns. And even though DDP doesn't have the most refined, smoothest takedowns, he's a bull. You give him a window, he's going to rush you, crash into you, and take you down. So this fight, I mean, it's intriguing, man. I'm excited for it. DDP has more power. Sean Strickland, I think, is the more skilled, more refined striker, smoother, slicker, who has a better chin. I mean, I'm going to give it to DDP. Sean is very good at rolling with shots. He has great defense. But taking flush shots on the chin, I'm going to give that to DDP. Cardio and conditioning, still got to go with Strickland. DDP showed he can go 5 rounds hard. Pretty impressive. But going with Strickland for the cardio and conditioning. Strength, I mean DDP for sure. Varied game, I think these guys are both equally well-rounded. But the problem is Sean refuses to use his other tools. And he's had great success fighting just the way he has been. But I think it would benefit him to use his other skills and tools because by all accounts he has a phenomenal ground game. They're both equal, but Dricus actually uses his other tools. So I got to give the well-roundedness to Dricus Du Plessis. Fight IQ, both of these guys I think are pretty smart, very good at setting up traps, very good at reading opponents. I don't think Sean is much of a game planner. If I recall, he's talked about kind of going in there and just feeling how the fight's playing out and adjusting from there. Dricus Du Plessis, I think he does game plan. And it's kind of like debatable on what's more effective, sticking to a game plan or being able to just flow and adapt. That's a toss-up to me. Ultimately, who do I think is going to win this fight? Man, it's tough to say right now. As much as I like Sean Strickland, and I actually enjoy his fights, I really appreciate his striking skill. Dricus is fun to watch. I've got a newfound respect for him. The guy's a beast. Thinking about it right now, I think I'm going to go Dricus Du Plessis 55-45 in a super close fight once again. Almost a toss-up. On one hand, I can see Sean Strickland doing it. On the other hand, I see Dricus doing what he did in the first fight, but just a little bit better and getting another decision. Can these guys finish each other? I would give the finishing ability a little bit more towards Dricus Du Plessis. I think Sean could finish Dricus. That might be like a on the button shot or an accumulation of strikes, Dricus slowing down, Sean taking over, and it's like a TKO. I don't see Sean submitting Dricus. And besides one clean on the button, I think it's a little bit unlikely Strickland just knocks him out with one shot. But it could happen. Dricus could get the knockout 100%. Guy hits like a truck. Strickland has great defense. So that's going to be tough, but it could happen. Guy throws haymakers. I could definitely see a ground and pound stoppage. And I could even see a submission stoppage. So I think Dricus has more finishing ability in this fight. But yeah, I'm going to stick with my pick. As much as I like Sean Strickland, I'm going to say Dricus Du Plessis once again, 55-45. I might be wrong on this. You guys let me know in the comment section. Who are you picking to win this fight? Are you excited for it? If you enjoy the content in the video, please hit like. Subscribe if you haven't. Really helps the channel grow. Thank you guys so much. Happy holidays, and I'll catch you all on the next one.